Hey guys, it's a Tuesday, which I guess has come to mean that it's time to update you once again on my backyard. This is the 2-week mark after I put down that Scott's fertilizer and the 1-week mark after the Milorganite. So let's take a little broad view of the yard. I'll take a little video from a couple weeks ago and show you before of what the yard looked like, and then we'll do the after shot right now 2 weeks later to show you the difference. So what's also happened in between there is we got a little bit of rain. It's also fall and the ground is holding in the moisture a little bit better without the heat coming in. So because of that, it's really come back to life, and that fertilizer has really helped. So let's show you a little example here also of how Kentucky bluegrass is really great at repairing itself. I showed you those damage areas from the grubs, and it's already starting to grow back into those areas. Now they're not full yet, they're not completely repaired, but if I were to probably throw some starter fertilizer in those areas, it would even help a little bit more to help that lawn grow back into those places. But let's take a quick look at those areas as well. So hopefully the wind's not too bad so you can hear me here, but this is one of those areas that you can see the grass is already starting to grow back in. Now, like I mentioned, by no means is it full, but if you kind of look down in here closely, it's hard to show you on the camera, but you will see that there's new shoots coming up in this middle area here. So one like right there, that's brand new. So what this will do is this will just come across here and it'll start to creep in on both sides and it'll completely repair itself. Let's look at another area which was bad. So here's another one. This one, you can already see it's starting to shrink this way. If you look at the before and after, you'll start to see that it's pushing in from both sides. These roots underneath here, underneath the ground, are growing into this spot, and eventually you will not see this at all. So that's one of the cool things about bluegrass. It's kind of a pain in some other ways to deal with, the maintenance and some different issues with it. But the way that it fixes itself is actually really nice, and you don't have to worry quite as much about damage like this because it can kind of repair itself on its own. One thing I'm going to tackle out here yet is I also need to try to get a few of the weeds taken care of. I have a lot of clover that came in early in the year, and it's really starting to spread out now and kind of take over certain areas. I wanted to show you what I mean about the spreading clover here. So it starts in some of these thinner areas where we had grub damage. As we get into the sun, it's going to be hard to see here, but this is all clover. So a little bit here and there is okay, but once it starts to take over and starts to really broaden out, I've got to do something about it before it just becomes everywhere. So that's one thing I also need to work on. There's a few broadleaf weeds here and there, so those are going to be easily spot sprayed. And some of them I'm also just going to take care of by hand. So overall here, this is doing really well. We'll see the next time I do an update if there's anything that's changed with it. We're nearing in on a time here where we're going to start to get frost and a freeze happening. If not this week, then probably in the next couple weeks or so, and then the lawn starts to really slow down. This is the time though when the root system is still growing, so we're still going to pay attention to what's going on. We have to time that last application of the year to make sure we get that down when the root system is still going to be able to take it in and store it for the winter. So that's just a quick update for today. I just wanted to show you kind of the progress in only 2 weeks, and once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.